Hello everyone, it's Tanny Games here. Welcome back to the channel. Now we have some major news that has dropped from the Infinity Nikki team. They dropped a new article kind of thing called Spilling the Tea, which love that, absolutely love that. Now they did title this 2025 first issue, so I have a feeling this is the way that the developers are going to contact, or not contact us, but speak to us and address us when they're telling us about future updates, if there's concerns from the community and things like that. This is the way they're going to update us and keep us in the loop about things. But basically this little breakdown, this little article kicks off basically some questions, some feedback from the community, and give some sort of answers and responses from the developers about the game, about the future of the game, about updates and everything like that. So let's discuss what's talked about. So the first thing that they talk about is how people have been feeding back about the updates feeling quite empty, and that the wait between updates is long, and that people want more content. And so they responded and said, all right, we hear you loud and clear. Let me update all our stylists on what we've been up to. Right now, we've been putting all our efforts into preparing version 1.5. This update will go live at the end of April and bring a ton of new features, including the long-awaited dying feature, multiplayer co-op, and a brand new location. We know many of you are eagerly waiting for the home feature we teased earlier, but it's a huge project and still needs some fine-tuning. We truly appreciate your patience, but I promise when it's ready this summer you won't be disappointed. So basically we are getting some big updates with 1.5. However, the home feature is going to be a bit more in the future. It is going to come this summer, but that kind of aspect will be a bit further down the line. Now, I will express my honest opinion here. I think the Nikki content hasn't been feeling too empty. Like, yeah, it's not really big in terms of main story, but I do feel like these are kind of filler updates till the main one. And I do still feel like the game is in its kind of infancy, so to speak. This game hasn't been out long. It is a live service game and stuff like that. And I think my thing is, I don't have a lot of gacha game knowledge to compare it against. Whilst I have tried Genshin Impact, I didn't get fully into it, so I don't compare on that level. But another live service game I play is Disney Dreamlight Valley, and I will say that in terms of content, it's a similar level. Like, it is very, to be honest, I would argue that the content in Disney Dreamlight Valley is significantly less, because I would argue most of the content in that game relies on Star Path and friendship stuff. The actual main story content is few and far between. So based on that knowledge, I feel like Nikki's pretty good. I feel like the updates are pretty good. So I'm just going to say it now, just so you know my perspective, just so you understand how I feel. You are welcome to feel differently. I think that is fair. I think that is valid. I certainly think, I think my biggest thing is this Revelry season hasn't felt as good as Eerie season, and so maybe that's why it feels a bit more lacking in my eyes, because just Eerie season just felt so exciting, so good, and so in depth, whereas this is just kind of like, oh, let's go to a party kind of thing, whereas there was a bit more lore and history behind Eerie season. So I think that juxtaposition has probably thrown players off, but like I said, that's just my thoughts, just so you've got an idea of where I stand and feel on it. Now let's talk about what they actually discuss. So they talk about the dyeing feature, which lets stylists customize different parts of an outfit, and stylists can share and swap dyeing schemes. So I'm really intrigued about how this is going to work, the whole stylist sharing and swapping dyeing schemes. What does that actually mean? Does it mean that someone can design or re-dye an outfit, and perhaps there's like a database we go on to and we can download that, and then obviously if we want to alter it ourselves we can alter it, and that would be the way of sharing and swapping schemes? I don't know. But I am intrigued to see about it. I'm also intrigued to see the extent of the customization. As I mentioned previously, I am really curious how this is going to work, because a big part of pulling on an outfit for more evolutions is to get different colors. So if we can just pull to the basic one and then re-dye it to all the other colors, what is the purpose of pulling past 180 pulls or 200 pulls, whatever it may be? That's something that I'm kind of intrigued on. I need to know more. I need to see more. I am very excited about the prospect, but I'm trying not to get my hopes up too much, because I really want to see how it actually functions in the game and how we actually can utilize it. Now, it also mentions about the update introducing a multiplayer map and a brand new event location, Serenity Island. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I am dyslexic. So, is this saying that there's a multiplayer map and Serenity Island, or is Serenity Island a multiplayer and brand new event location? Are they combined? Is the multiplayer map and brand new event location combined? Is that how it works? Please let me know in the comments down below, and please be kind. Like I said, I'm dyslexic, so how I read and interpret sentences can be hard for me because of how my brain is wired. So to me, this sounds like the multiplayer map and the brand new event are one and the same. That the brand new event and multiplayer map is Serenity Island, but let me know, because I have been watching other creators' videos on it, and some of them are saying that they're two separate things. So I just kind of want to know how you all feel. I mean, I'm sure we'll get more information and we'll know definitely towards the time. Like I said, I'm dyslexic, so I'm probably just reading this a bit wrong. Now, this place is apparently home to the PCs, which is quite cool. So I would assume, based on the fact that it says it's the perfect place to explore the history of the abandoned district, I would think it's somewhere over there. But we'll just have to wait and see. Now, it does say on Serenity Island, stylists watch bubbles float lazily through the air and dive into a quirky bathing culture. Now, I'm very curious about this. Does that mean we're going to get like some swimwear looks for Nikki? I don't know. It does say quirky bathing culture. So I'm very curious how that works. Do you think that they bathe in the bubbles rather than in the water? I don't know. Because I'm also thinking PCs are made of like materials. So those getting wet sounds a bit like it wouldn't be a good thing, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But it does also say, for more information about the multiplayer map, please stay tuned to our official account. And then they also mention that if that isn't enough to keep us busy, version 1.5 is going to feature tons of new outfits for stylists to craft and collect. We're talking about a large outfit lineup, including a wide range of gorgeous pieces from storylines, gameplay, and special events. Let the fashion frenzy begin. Now, this is very, very exciting because obviously more outfits is always fun. For a dress-up game, of course, it's very important that we can style in different ways. But I'm very intrigued by the fact that it says gorgeous pieces from storylines, gameplay, and special events. So it makes me wonder, maybe I need to go back through and think of some of the previous events and perhaps some of the previous looks we've seen, perhaps from other NPCs or things like that, and see if there's any outfits there that we can kind of go, oh, perhaps this is coming, perhaps this is coming. Very excited to find out regardless. And now we move on to our next topic, which is about abilities being bound to a specific outfit. So a lot of people have been saying that they should be unbound by collecting the full set or by obtaining a certain number of accessories. And they have said, as Nikki gets better at harnessing her whim after collecting a certain number of ability outfits and completing certain story quests, stylists will have the option to use abilities without needing to wear a specific outfit. Now, I think this is very cool because then you don't have to be kind of not thrown out, but like, you know how obviously you have to change into a certain outfit to use a certain ability and stuff like that. Like, it could be that if you actually don't like that outfit but still want to utilize the ability, you can then do that, which would be fun. And I do think, like, if you've, so long as you've unlocked the ability to use that ability, if that makes sense, then using it with any kind of outfit would be good. I know that a lot of people have complained previously, like things like Daughter of the Lake. If you go into the water, you get the scales, but you need to be wearing the full outfit. And it needs to be the same set outfit. Like, you can't mix and match parts of the two different Daughter of the Lake evolutions. And I know a lot of people were kind of annoyed about that. I know people were obviously stressed about how certain abilities are used, like the staff not being a handheld and other things. And so, yeah, I think this is good. I think it's nice that they're hearing us on this. Now, next up, something that is very, very exciting for me. They say, we hope to get a preview of the rerun schedule for Flutter, Storm, and Blooming Dreams outfits. So they have said previously about reruns and stuff like that. So they do say that they're going to be making a comeback soon. Flutter, Storm, and Blooming Dreams outfits are set to return during the limited 4-star resonance periods in version 1.6 and version 1.7 respectively. So Flutterstorm will come in version 1.6 when they are running the 4-star banners, and Blooming Dreams will come back in 1.7 when they're running the 4-star banners. So for those that might be a little bit confused, when we had for instance, Dream Banquet, and what was the other one that was running at the time of Dream Banquet? But basically, you get periods in an update where they're just kind of like running 2 4-star banners. During that time, they will also then run a 5-star, which is the rerun. So it'll either be Flutterstorm or Blooming Dreams, depending on whether we're in version 1.6 or 1.7. Now, it does say during the rerun, once your total resonance counts reaches 160, including past resonance, you'll unlock the exclusive dance move for Flutterstorm and the exclusive decoration Floral Rain for Blooming Dreams. Now, this is very exciting because it does indicate that our past resonance counts. So when these banners come back, for instance, if I did 100 pulls on Flutterstorm, when the outfit comes back, I will be sat at 100 pulls and then go from there. And then it does feel like, again, likewise with Blooming Dreams. Also, the fact that we're going to get the dance move and the decoration is very nice, because these were the first outfits we got and they didn't really come with any of that in terms of the resonance counts and stuff like that, the deep echoes kind of thing. So it will be nice to get those, because obviously future 5-star outfits have had that. So these ones do feel a bit lacking in terms of what they offer, but it was the first banner, so totally understandable. I get it. But it is great. Now this is exciting for me because I want the evolution of Blooming Dreams, because that's the fairy outfit, and I believe the second evolution is the blue one, so that's what I really want. And secondly, Flutterstorm, I have not completed that outfit, and there's a really nice ability with that where you get these like huge butterfly wing like animations. I assume it's part of a pose or something. I'm not entirely sure, but I have seen it in photos, and I would absolutely love to get that as well. So I would love to complete that and get the evolution of Blooming Dreams. So I might be skipping the 4-star banners during that period, just so I can get the 5 stars finished. We'll have to see. Next, they address concerns from the community that people feel like the 5-star outfits feel repetitive. Now, I think I've discussed this before previously. I don't know if I did it on stream or something like that. But for me, I don't mind if outfits feel repetitive because it gives me a chance to skip. If I go, this is quite similar to this outfit, so I don't need it, I will feel very, very happy because then I'm not pulling consistently. The more they add in a wide mix of styles, like after one another, the more likely I am going to be, okay, well, I need this, I need this, I need this, because they're so different. And that actually makes me feel more nervous. I know I'm probably a bit like not in the majority with that thinking, but for me, I would rather I would rather have outfits to pass on. I cannot weigh all this. I am not rich enough to become a whale, okay? So I need outfits I can skip on, and I feel like the more diverse things get, the more less likely I am going to be to skip. So well done, Infold, on getting my money. Um, but it's nice in some ways that they are looking to create more diverse designs. So different looks like elegant and cozy robes, dashing prince inspired outfits, beautiful ink wash ling lang designs, and futuristic fashion forward pieces. It is nice that there's a bit of variety for players who do kind of prefer a look that isn't like a typical kind of like gown look. Because I will admit, a lot of the dresses we get are very kind of gown like. I do think they are different enough. Like, for me, there is enough variety at the moment for me, but I appreciate not everyone feels like that. And obviously, for me, the princess aesthetic is a vibe. I love dressing up like a princess. I love dressing up in the kind of like the elegant dresses and stuff like that, because to me, that's something I don't do in reality. I know my character is currently dressed in like overalls and a tee, but that's just for the video. That is just for the video. Typically, I don't care to dress up in casual clothes because I can dress up in casual clothes in real life. This for me is a chance to live the kind of fantasy lifestyle that I want to live. You know, I want to live my life living in Sarah's ball gown dress from the labyrinth in the like dream sequence where she's, that's what I want. That's what I want. Um so for me, I'm quite happy, but I appreciate if people don't like a princess dress, the banners probably aren't their vibe. So I get it, it's fine. It's okay, it's understandable. Um, but I am a bit worried from my bank account if there is too much variety, because I feel like I will want all the different styles. So that's just my thoughts, but it's great that they have addressed it. Next, they talk about the home feature. Now, it's quite interesting. So, the comment that they kind of create says, I'd love to feed little animals, grow some crops, and decorate a space of my own. It'd be awesome to build a home from scratch or pick one from a template and be able to personalize it. Now, I feel like this question in and of itself is a bit of a hint about the different home features we can have. So they do talk a little bit more about what we can do, but I think it's very interesting that they talk about feeding animals and growing crops. I do wonder if this is something we are going to get as well, as just building like a home. So they do address that this summer, that's when the home feature's coming. So very exciting for that. We'll be able to claim our own corner of Mirrorland. Here we can build our dream home and grow crops. So yeah, they do confirm that there. Among many other gameplay possibilities awaiting your exploration. So I'm very excited about that as well, about how they can diversify that feature. Now, in designing the home feature, we want it to seamlessly integrate into the open world experience. Expect fresh surprises and creative twists as you build and customize your home. And if you need inspiration, we'll offer basic house templates that you can tweak or totally redesign, giving you plenty of room to create the perfect space. We hope that this summer the home feature will offer you a cozy escape from your main adventures, a place to relax and enjoy the comforts of home. So I'm very excited about this. Now, the home feature has been previewed before. The developers have showcased not kind of how it works, but a little bit of a teaser as to kind of their vision. And I'm not gonna lie, one of the houses that they tease looks like my dream home. Like, in every sense, it is the dream home I have had a vision of since I was a child. And it's really weird to think that I could have my dream home in Infinity Nikki. The only thing they could do to make this dream home better is have it by the beach, have it by the coast. Now, I don't know if that's going to be possible. It very well might be. If we can claim our own corner of Mirrorland, if we're perhaps on a little island, I could perhaps move the house closer to the beach, and then it will literally be my dream house. Literally, like, a perfect representation. It's like they went into my brain and pulled it out. And I'm in love. I'm obsessed. I'm so excited. I just think it looks perfect. And this is an update that I really can't wait to have. And I really think it's gonna sort of allow us to get a lot more kind of content with Nikki, not just for people who play the game, but for me as a content creator to be able to kind of go, okay, well, not just style videos and stuff like that. Let's have decorating videos. Let's have build videos. And I really think the scope for gameplay is going to massively widen when this feature comes into play. So the fact that it's taken its time, I am more than happy to wait for it to be a good experience. I'm happy to wait. I'm happy to wait because I feel like what it will bring will be so much to this game. So I'm very excited. Now, next up, they talk about collabs, which is very exciting. So they do say that they're already working on some partnerships, including charity and cultural heritage collaborations. Now, the cultural heritage I'm very excited about. You know, it will be nice to see and experience a bit and sort of get that kind of multicultural experience come through into the game. I'm curious about the charity. Like, how does that work? I don't know if they've done like a charity collab before in the previous games. If anyone does know, obviously feel free to let me know. But I am very curious about that. Like, what does that mean? Does it mean that if we, you know, pull on those banners, the money made from those banners goes to the charity? Yeah, I'm just very curious how it works. Um, because like some of the other things they talk about, so they go on to say that they're exploring opportunities to team up with other well-known IPs. So there is previous collaborations that they've done before, like with Sanrio and stuff. And that to me makes sense. They make looks inspired by, but the charity one, I'm just kind of curious how that works. So I would like to know a bit more about that. But yeah, the fact that we're gonna get these collabs is very exciting. I mean, it was a question in the survey they had previously. So I'm not surprised that this is a point of discussion. Kind of had the indication it was already coming and already in the works because of them asking about that. So fingers crossed for me. I hope to see a Disney collab. I would love to see a Sanrio collab. I would love to see an Animal Crossing collab. Lord of the Rings, Final Fantasy collab would be fantastic. Like, there's so many different directions they could go with, and I think it would just be so fantastic. It'd be so exciting. And now they address about the outfit handhelds into separate items, specifically with the Shepherdess staff. Now, there was a lot of pushback from the community about this because people were a bit upset that the teaser for it showcased the staff and you can't actually use the staff as an item. It's not a separate item. It's only in use in the ability, and if you go into like photo mode, you can't pose with it or anything like that. You're kind of in a static position. So a lot of people were really upset about that, and I think that's totally valid. They do say that in terms of making outfit handhelds into separate items, they say it's in the works. We've heard your thoughts and ideas about handheld items. Our team is diligently working on thoughtful updates. Please bear with us a little longer. Now, do you wish this was kind of a bit more in-depth? Does this mean that they are going to make the Shepherdess staff a handheld separate item, or does it just mean that going forward future updates, future handheld items are going to be separate? Now, they have already previously they've changed some effects. So before we couldn't take photos on the bikes or with the bikes, Now we can, and we can do it with the motorbike as well. So I could see him adding respect, like retrospectively. I don't know the word, but they could be like, they could make the shepherdess staff a separate handheld or something, or do something to kind of make it a bit like that. I kind of wish they went a bit more in depth, because if I knew 100% that the shepherdess staff would be handheld, I would be more inclined to pull right now for it, like, just because, but also, like, and I want to just pull in the hopes that it does suddenly become a separate item, because they could make it going forward that the outfit handhelds are separate, and then like the shepherdess staff they might do something a bit different with. I don't know. And I kind of wish they just said, yes, we're changing the shepherdess staff and it will be a separate handheld. Like, if they, I don't know. Again, maybe this is my dyslexia, but I'm like, they don't kind of 100% say, yes, that's what's going to happen. They just say it's in the works. And in what aspect is it in the works? Like, let us know a bit more, please. But it is nice that they are kind of addressing it. So it could be that somewhat going forward, those outfit handhelds are kept as separate kind of pieces. And the final topic is about what's next for Infinity Nikki. So they do say, during the early stages of development, when everything was up in the air, we asked ourselves, what could the future of Mirrorland look like? What new adventures would Nikki embark on? Those questions became the foundation for the game you see today, shaped by our team's imagination and your creativity. Looking ahead, we'll continue embracing this spirit of unbridled possibilities. We'll never confine Nikki or Mirrorland to a single definition, because Nikki's journey is one meant to be of endless wonder. She'll chase breezes and the scent of flowers, build her own home, uncover untold stories across Mirrorland through whim, and embark on limitless adventures. Our goal is to channel all our creativity in empowering Nikki to explore, dream, live a life beyond amazing, crafting an Infinity Nikki experience that redefines what's possible. And I think this is just lovely to see, and it's nice to know that they're kind of like, look, we can go as creative as we want. Like, it's literally, the possibilities are endless. You know, we're gonna get a variety of ways to explore kind of Mirrorland and Nikki and stuff like that. Like, we aren't confined to what we are just seeing at the moment. The possibilities are truly endless, and I think it's really nice. Now, I've got to say, I do think this Spill the Tea article was really good. It's really nice that they are addressing community concerns. Even if stuff isn't happening immediate, they're kind of saying, look, we hear you. It's something we're working on. Please give us a bit of time. And I think that's nice. It's nice that they're going, okay, we have heard some of your comments, your concerns. We're trying our best. Please have a bit of patience with us, which I think is nice. And I think, you know, we do need to remember this game. As I said earlier, to me, it's still in its infancy. You know, we're in the very early stages of Nikki. We know it's got more to grow. We know that they've got scope. And I think sometimes we need to remember that because it's a live service game, they can't give us everything at once. If we had everything at once, then there would be nothing left for the future. So I kind of understand that, and I am really excited for the future, and I'm really excited that the team seemed quite responsive. As I said previously, I don't have a lot of experience with other gacha games, but my previous experience of live service games, I've got to say, I feel like the Infinity Nikki team are very responsive and very reactive, at least in my experience. And I'm not just saying this as an official content creator. As a player, I like to see what's coming. I'm so excited for this game. It is absolutely one of my favorites. It's such a wonderful game, and I think there's so much potential with it, and it really brings me a lot of joy. And I love to see that they are kind of very responsive to the community, which I don't see a lot of with other live service games that I do play. So yeah, it's absolutely wonderful to see. I'm very excited about the future of Nikki. You'll have to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. Obviously, feel free to join my Discord if you do want to. You know, we do talk a little bit about Nikki in there. I know the Nikki side of this channel and my community is kind of slow growing, but I'm really happy with all the new friends that I've met through this game, all the wonderful experience it's brought. So, you know, if you want to be friends and kind of hang out, then feel free to join. Feel free to join. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more Infinity news and content, because I really enjoy bringing that stuff to my channel. But yeah, have a wonderful day, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.